An hour can be the beginning of some discomfort. A nice rounded edge, like just a natural flow. It takes some of the edge out of the actual seat. Yeah, mate, all I can say is it's bloody comfortable. It definitely makes a difference. So yeah, so I've got hold of one of these Komine like gel seat covers. Mate of mine's got a seat cover, like a cheap sort of one from China, and he was saying it made a lot of difference to his DR650 seat. So I thought I'd try one, and why not try a high quality one. So I've got the old seat here. Yeah, so the old DRZ seat is not overly comfortable. You're probably noticing a bit of a square sort of a shape in here. So what I've done with this one, actually took the upholstery off and I put in a gel block, just one of those $20 gel blocks on eBay. I'll put a picture up of one, and it did make a difference. Like, the seat is definitely more comfortable than what it was, but it's still not great. It's adequate. After an hour or so you start getting sore. So that's where this comes in. So this is the idea. I've sat it on here and done it up, and I've noticed the straps for this narrow seat were a bit too long. So I've ended up getting my partner to sew the straps. You've probably seen they've been shortened by that much. This seat cover is not designed for this seat. So anyway, now it definitely fits. So yeah, it definitely fits on there now. Made it fit, and we will give it a shot. Alright, most of us don't need an excuse to get out and ride, but I actually have one. So I've just got this new gel sort of seat cover from Komine, and I'm planning on just cruising around for an hour or so, and yeah, let's just have our thoughts on it. So the aim is not to actually get off the seat, just sit on it. So yeah, so far feels bloody good. Alright, time to get off this seat. Yeah, not a bad backdrop. All right, an hour has passed, which is a relatively short time. Certainly a short time on a nice big wide seat on a twin cylinder bike, but a narrow seat, typical of these single cylinder, you know, trail adventure / dirt bike. Yeah, an hour can be the beginning of some discomfort. So within that hour, what did I work out? First thing I worked out is this has a bit of thickness to it, say, I'll say a centimetre not compressed, so 10 mil. So once you sit on it, you can see there it's compressing, definitely compresses, but it does make the bike just a fraction higher. Like if you're on tippy toes with a bike like this is not going to help. This is going to make it a tiny bit higher. It may be it may only be 5 mil, but it's noticeably some slight height difference. Second thing I noticed is it's sort of slippery on the pants. Like, I don't mean slippery like you're going to fall off. I mean slippery in the sense if you can move backwards and forwards on a seat easily. It doesn't sort of grab your pants. I thought it might be a bit grabby, but it's you definitely slide around very easily on your seat if you're looking for, you know, different position or whatever. But yeah, mate, all I can say is it's bloody comfortable. It definitely makes a difference. And what I've liked, okay, so this is the stock seat, right? And everyone knows the stock DRZ seat, like most of these bikes, like the CRF 450 or like anything with a narrow seat, is going to have minimal comfort. That's just the way they are. But I noticed with this, it's got a nice rounded edge, like just a natural flow. It takes some of the edge out of the actual seat. These seats have a little bit of a square edge on them, so it's become more round, which for me is one of the issues with these narrow seats, is the corners. So this definitely takes that corner effect, the sharp edge of a corner out of the seat. But yeah, definitely takes some of the rubbing out of that inside part. Theory is if it's raining, water tends to go through the cover into the seat, or just and under and away from you. So I don't know, if it's raining you're getting wet, but that's theory. Water goes through down below it, so you're not sitting in a puddle. That I can understand. And there's also, from what people have told me, a cooling effect to these seats. They promote airflow, or these seat covers. So, mate, airflow through here, if that's going to promote airflow in summer, going to get rid of some moisture so you're not sitting in a puddle, mate, that is already a win-win. But the fact that there's a noticeable level of comfort improvement, I don't know what percent, but it's noticeably better. So you can go out and buy all different seats for these bikes. In fact, I had a seat concept comfort seat on this bike and I just found it uncomfortable, so I sold it. It just had a sharp edge where the stitching was along the side, and that just made a couple of these sort of 1,000k trips I did. Mate, I was nearly bleeding by the end of it, so just it had to go. So I find a stock seat more comfortable than those seat concept seats. That's just me though. But this on the stock seat has just added an extra, you know, level of comfort. I don't know. I'd like to say a figure. I can't describe it, but it's definitely more comfortable. Yeah, when it's say $50 for a high quality Komine one like this, or you can buy a $700 seat, which I didn't find any better, or in fact worse than the stock seat. Yeah, so $50, high quality Japanese designed mesh cover. I don't know what they're called, mesh seat cover. You know, this one's the extra large. It's right back underneath my Nomad bags. It goes back to about here actually. So yeah, so the extra large is obviously quite long, which is perfect for these narrow, cradly sort of adventure dirt bike type seats. They do have wider ones. I'll put a couple of pictures up that are for more of the pan seats, or a broader seat, like on a twin cylinder adventure bike. Is a whole lot more seat than a DRZ. All right, I'm going to jump back on it and ride home. I've got a camping trip lined up for this weekend. So another few hours in the saddle. Hopefully a bit of bass fishing where I'm going. There's a creek there, so take a rod for this one. And I will, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers for watching.